Hello and welcome to Edison TV. Today I'm joined by Claire Milverton, CEO, and Andy Fabian, CFO of 1Spatial. 1Spatial is a geospatial software company with a core technology that validates, rectifies and enhances customers' geospatial data. The company is listed on London's AIM and is capitalised at around £44 million. Claire, many thanks for joining us today.
Hi Dan.
Could you start by introducing 1Spatial and, in particular, the business is at an interesting intersection between geospatial data and master data management. Can you talk about that and how that positions the company for the future?
Yeah. So as you mentioned, we're a software and solutions company, but we really believe we've got a unique proposition at 1Spatial, which is at this intersection of two global growing markets. So firstly, the GIS market, the geospatial information systems market, that's dominated by our partner Esri, and there's the real focus on the geospatial and the mapping data in that section. And on the other side, there's the master data management. So you'd see that as your more mainstream master data management, maybe about customers' product lines or sales lines in terms of data. But what we bring, as I mentioned a moment ago, is this real unique proposition. So we can bring to our customers the best of both worlds, both spatial and non-spatial data. And that is really winning for us in the market. Because what we are data and system agnostic. So we can bring data together from all different sources. And we've been really investing in our platform over the last 2 years. And we've been enabling it with our One Data Gateway that enables you to really share the data. And that is why we won these really good landmark contracts, such as the National Underground Asset Register for the UK, where we're helping the UK government produce a map of all the assets underground. And the only way you can do that, to bring together the data on the pipes and the cables that are underground, is to get that data from all the different sources. It's quite incredulous. There's 650 different asset holders of this data, but we're using our technology, we're automating that whole approach of bringing that data together. So yeah, we feel we've really invested in the right place, and we actually think location master data management is the future.
Great. No, really interesting. So the opportunity for 1Spatial in the US looks particularly interesting. You've really sort of grown from having a fingerhold there with one federal customer in the Census Bureau to now having customers at federal, at state and county level. Can you discuss a little bit more the opportunity for 1Spatial in the US?
Yeah. As you say, Dan, I mean, it's a huge opportunity for us. And we started with the US Census in 2017, our sort of key client there, that's a federal agency. And now we've got over 20 clients, various states and counties. And the thing out there is, you think about the UK market, you have one Department of Transport. But in the US, each state has a Department of Transport. So you've got 50 of each of those. So you get a real repeatability of solutions. So one of our key solutions that we've been selling in the US and had fantastic traction with over the last 18 months is our NG911 solution, which is focused on emergency services data. We're selling that, good annual recurring revenues for that. And it's not just about the 8 states that we've won that with. We think that can go into more states, and we've got a good pipeline for that. So there is real repeatability of solutions, but the whole go-to-market in the US as well, there's a lot of agencies that will talk to each other. So you get one state and you'll have the Department of Transport that will speak to the Geospatial Information Office, that will speak to the emergency services. So you get a lot of that repeat opportunity, and that's great for us. And I think we just announced a new win recently with Caltrans, looking at some of their data around the safety of their transport networks. And again, that's a new solution that we'll be putting into Caltrans. Caltrans are really seen as the leading light of departments of transport. So once we've embedded some of that solution with them, that's something we can repeat across other states. And then we'll have, in a moment, we'll probably talk about the cities and the counties and our SaaS offering that we're looking to offer to them as well.
Great. No, so scope to build momentum in the US further. like to move on now to your partnerships. So a
Yeah.
key part of your strategy is your smart partnerships. And you recently, well, with the Caltrans, that came through a partner, as I
Yeah.
understand. Can you discuss the importance of those partnerships and how that's enabling you to win business?
Yeah. I mean, firstly, just going back to the intersection of the two markets that I was talking about earlier, partners are really key for us there. So on the one side, we've got our technology partners like Esri that are in the GIS world. But on the other side, we've got partners that are going to bring us into more bigger mainstream tenders. And on those mainstream tender side, we really want to be known as the go-to company for location master data management. And we know that customers want best in class now. They'd rather have, when they go for a tender, they want multiple vendors to respond to that because they want the best in class. And we really want to be seen as best in class for location master data management. And so we've really been focusing on our partner strategy. I've just taken on someone to be our global head of partners, ex-IBM, and he's really working well with our teams. And we're really focusing our marketing, not now just to our customers, but how can we market these key strategic partners that we want to work with on these big tenders that are coming out. And obviously one recent one is the New World contract that we won. That was with a big partner. We won a contract recently with Kinetic. So this is really core to our strategy. And as we mentioned earlier, Caltrans, that was through a partner. So we are relatively small, but getting in with these big partners to provide that nugget, that enabler that we can bring to the sort of the larger contract is where we want to be.
And you've been developing a SaaS platform,
Yep.
Which potentially drive scalable growth. Can you talk about your investment into SaaS and the areas that it's going into first and where you plan to take that?
Yeah, so some of our products have been SaaS enabled for a while in terms of they can work on a client's private cloud, but we've never had a full multi-tenancy cloud offering. But we're now going to be taking some of our offerings like NG911, putting that into a full multi-tenancy cloud. So we're talking about one installation of NG911 and then opening that up to the entire potential market of cities and counties, of which there are 23,000 in the US. So yeah, I mean, we've done a lot of work on that. We've done a lot of work on the multi-tenancy, all the elastic scalability. Our CTO's been busy behind the scenes, but we're really looking to launch offerings on the cloud platform towards the end of H2 this year. Our first offering is likely to be the US offering with NG911. But we've also got something called traffic management plan automation that we're doing in the UK, which is all around the automation of traffic management plans. So we need to dig a hole in the road and you need to put the cones and the traffic lights out and the slowing down signs. We're going to automate that whole process, which is currently very manual with sort of CAD drawings. So that's exciting. And yeah, there's the way now that we've got the platform and we've got our one data gateway and we've got our rules engine, we just need to write some rules and quite quickly we can spin up these SaaS offerings like a validation as a service. So like the NG911, we believe we've got a number of those that we're also working on in other territories. So yeah, some exciting things ahead and real transformational opportunity for us in terms of scalable growth and really improving the gross margins.
Fascinating stuff. Claire, thank you very much.
Thanks, Dan.
And now we're joined by Andy Fabian, Chief Financial Officer. Andy, many thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, nice to talk to you, Dan.
So 1Spatial, you're 1 year into a three-year growth plan. Can you discuss, I guess, the progress so far, how your progress on that plan has impacted the company's financial performance to date?
Yeah, sure. As you say, we've completed the first year. The focus has always been about growing recurring revenues, looking at our repeatable solutions and trying to sign up longer term contracts, multi-year, and more recurring revenue. So the focus on term licenses has been important. We grew that at 167% last year, and that feeds through to the recurring revenue and the total revenue, which grew at 13%. So we're very happy we're on course for our 3-year plan.
Perfect. And then looking forward, if the company continues to execute well on its 3-year growth plan, then what should we expect from the financial performance from 1Spatial as that progress unfurls?
Yes, good question. I guess higher levels of recurring revenue, higher annualized recurring revenue, which is a leading indicator. And ultimately, if we get more revenue from our technology, we will get higher margins. So the gross margin is at 52%. Ideally, we'd like to aim towards getting that to 60% and ultimately EBITDA towards 20 to 25%. So better returns, more profitability and more cash generation from high levels of recurring revenue. That's the strategy.
Andy, many thanks for coming in and look forward to following your progress over the next 2 years.
Many thanks, Dan.